Hello there. So a couple of days ago, I tweeted this. Give me your best suggestions to increase Elixir adoption. And I got a bunch of good answers. I'm going to link this tweet in this video description so you can see them by yourself. And I'm going to comment on a couple of them. The first one is from Henrique. He said, we lack real-world examples in Elixir and Phoenix. Most of the good content is behind a paywall. Boilerplates for SaaS could help adoption too. Now, first thing that I wanted to say is I am not at all against paid content. Like in the future, I want to have my own paid content. The problem is that, unfortunately, right now, Elixir is a very, very niche language. So differently from Next.js, if you want to sell a paid course right now, you can, because there is an abundance of free content. But on Elixir, this is a bit harder because we don't have a lot of free content. So we cannot have a taste for the language before we pay a lot of money up front. You know what I mean? So this is actually one of the things that I'm trying to fix with my own channel. I am trying to output as much Elixir and Phoenix content as I can to try to increase the adoption of Elixir. And then later on, if we have more Elixir developers on the market, then they can go to the paid content. Because right now it feels like we have way too much Elixir and Phoenix paid books and videos, courses, but we have like maybe 2 or 3 free Elixir courses and Phoenix courses, which is unacceptable in my opinion. So I'm trying to change that. And I also agree that boilerplates, like a lot of people love SaaS boilerplates. I'm not a fan. I like doing things by hand, if you can call it like this. And so I don't see a huge reason to use them, but there are a lot of people that I know that love SaaS boilerplates. So I think this is indeed very helpful. The next one is from Byron LA. Sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. He says, honestly, I think it's number 1, ship things with Elixir that makes money, and 2, make tutorials that explain how to do lots of stuff in small chunks. So creating a demand for junior Elixir devs is better than tutorials for a meme language. So I agree that like there are many people, including me, that are here on YouTube constantly shouting, hey, Elixir is good, Elixir is performant, Elixir is amazing. But then if someone goes to me and asks, okay, if the language is so good, give me an example of a successful company that is using Elixir. And we have examples you can see on the homepage from Phoenix, but it's not a lot, which is kind of sad. So if you are an Elixir developer, I am praying that your next side project is going to make you a millionaire, and then you can later record a video or make a blog post saying like how I made $1 million using Elixir. I mean, this is good marketing for the language. I think we need more companies using Elixir in order to sell Elixir, because it's like show, don't tell. We have a lot of people saying that Elixir is performant, and it is indeed, but why aren't a lot of companies using it? I don't know. And 2, make tutorials that explain how to do lots of stuff in small chunks. And this is actually what I did for my Elixir crash course. I know there are a lot of courses and tutorials on YouTube showing you how to do a Twitter clone or how to do this big application using X framework. And I think there is a lack of small chunks of information. Like, okay, what is a keyword list in Elixir? What is a map in Elixir? What is a controller in Phoenix? This type of content that is very small, you can learn in like a 5 minutes video. And I think there's a lack of them on YouTube. And this is my approach to creating a crash course. I focus a lot on theory, and I try to make super short videos with one concept that I'm introducing per video instead of creating one entire application from scratch. And of course, I plan to do those types of videos as well in the future. But right now, most of my technical courses are like small chunks of information. We also have Jason Steeves, start a company that is wildly successful and hire a bunch of them. And this is exactly what I said a couple of minutes ago. I think we need more successful companies using Elixir. Not only you're going to be able to sell Elixir to other CTOs, other CEOs, you can talk to them and say, hey, we have this hidden superpower called Elixir. And Elixir is super performant. I can sleep well at night knowing that the server is not going to go down for a random reason. So you can sell Elixir to other CEOs and CTOs. And not only that, but if your company gets big, you're going to hire a bunch of developers. So absolutely. And then finally, we have, okay, Kekpermadesh. I'm so sorry if I butchered your name. I tried, okay? So have a few big corps use it and then shove it down. Yep, like with React or Angular. And I've used React since it first came out. It has a lot of great ideas, but most websites should have very little JavaScript. And I agree. Like, there's this concept of using a framework in anger, which is like, okay, I use React in anger because React is so popular that it's mandatory for you to use it. You cannot choose to use React. Like most companies nowadays are using React, so you don't really have a choice. You need to use it. You need to use it in anger. So if we have a couple, or I don't know, one or two big corporations like Google, Facebook, Amazon, start using Elixir, then first of all, this is going to be very good marketing for the language because they are going to be able to sell Elixir. And I don't know, they write a blog post on the engineering website of Amazon, for example, saying how Elixir helped me doing this, this, or that. And then it's a huge company. So you're going to force a lot of developers to use Elixir on your company. And I think lots of other small startups are going to follow your example because they just love copying whatever the FANG companies are doing. So that's why you have a bunch of micro startups using microservices and a bunch of over-engineered frameworks, even though they don't need it. They're just copying whatever the FANG companies are doing. So yeah, this is just a couple of these suggestions. I'm gonna link this Twitter thread on the video description so you can see them for yourself. But the TLDR is, I think there's a lack of good quality free content and a lack of big companies using Elixir. And yeah, we need more successful stories from companies using Elixir. And that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.